All right, strap yourselves in because today we're diving deep into something truly mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah. This one's a doozy.
We're talking about a top-secret military project, an aircraft so advanced it could rewrite the rules of air combat.
Buckle up.
The X-44 MANTA.
Yeah, the Manta. It's fascinating how this project went from whispers and rumors to, well, a potential game changer, really.
Yeah.
I mean, for years, the X-44 Manta was basically just this shadowy figure in military aviation.
You know, it really is like something straight out of a Tom Clancy novel.
Oh, totally.
We're talking about an aircraft that was rumored to be invisible, not just to radar, but like to the human eye.
Right.
And for the longest time, nobody knew for sure if it even existed.
Yeah, it was completely shrouded in secrecy.
Yeah.
But recently, some intriguing information has started to surface. Leaked documents, whispers from insiders.
Oh, I love the insider stuff.
There have even been some grainy images captured by, well, amateur photographers. It all points to the fact that the Manta isn't just real, but that it's actually being actively developed.
Okay, hold on. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, let's back up a bit.
Sure.
For those who aren't familiar with this shadowy world of stealth tech, what exactly is the X-44 MANTA?
Well, the Manta project started back in the 1990s.
Okay.
It was initiated by Lockheed Martin, the same company that brought us the legendary SR-71 Blackbird and the F-35 Lightning II. Their goal, well, it was ambitious, to say the least.
I bet.
They wanted to create an aircraft that was virtually undetectable.
Undetectable. So you mean like invisible to radar. We already have stealth aircraft, right?
We do.
What makes the Manta so different?
Oh, it goes way beyond traditional stealth technology.
Okay.
The Manta's design, it's truly revolutionary. I mean, think about this. It's a tailless aircraft.
No tail.
Nope. That drastically reduces its radar signature and makes it incredibly maneuverable. Picture a bird of prey soaring through the sky, able to turn on a dime and disappear in a blink.
So we're talking about an aircraft that can outrun and outmaneuver pretty much anything out there, all while staying off the radar.
You got it.
But you mentioned something about being invisible to the human eye, too.
I
How is that even possible?
This is where it gets really interesting. The X-44 Manta supposedly uses a special coating. They call it parallax.
Parallax?
Yeah, it's kind of like a high-tech camouflage system that makes the aircraft, blend seamlessly into its surroundings.
Yeah.
Kind of like a chameleon, really.
Wait, so it's like those special effects in movies where things just disappear? Is that even scientifically possible?
It sounds like science fiction, right?
Yeah.
But the principle behind parallax is actually pretty simple. It basically uses cameras and projectors to capture the image of whatever is behind the aircraft, and then it projects that onto its surface.
So if I was looking up at the Manta from the ground, I'd basically see the sky above it.
Exactly.
That's crazy. It's not really making itself invisible. It's more like it's creating an optical illusion.
Yep.
That's mind-blowing. But wouldn't that system be incredibly complex
Yeah.
and delicate? What if one of those projectors malfunctions mid-flight?
Oh, it's undoubtedly a complex system. You're right. And yeah, there's always a risk of malfunctions with cutting-edge tech, right?
Right.
But the potential rewards they're immense.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the advantages of an aircraft that can operate completely undetected, even in broad daylight.
Oh, wow.
It could revolutionize reconnaissance, intelligence gathering, even strike operations.
Okay, I'm starting to see why this project was kept under wraps for so long.
Right.
This is some seriously game-changing stuff. But let's be honest, stealth is only part of the equation, right? I mean, what about firepower? Does this thing pack a punch, or is it all about sneaking around unnoticed?
Oh, the Manta isn't just about stealth. It definitely packs a punch.
So it's not just a glorified spy plane.
No, sir. We're talking about hypersonic missiles.
Okay, now we're talking.
Missiles capable of reaching speeds of 2,850 miles per hour.
Whoa, hold on, let me get my calculator out.
That's like crossing the entire U.S. in under an hour.
That's insane.
It is.
I'm picturing those scenes from Top Gun or something, where they're trying to dodge missiles.
Right, right.
But this thing is on a whole other level.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just the speed, it's the accuracy, too.
How accurate are we talking?
Reports say these missiles can hit targets within 16 feet.
16 feet? You're kidding me.
Nope. Imagine trying to defend against that. It's practically a guaranteed hit.
So we've got an aircraft that's essentially invisible. It's insanely fast.
Yes.
And it's armed with weapons that can hit a target the size of a dinner plate from miles away. I mean, what's the point of having any other kind of aircraft if this thing exists?
Well, that's a question a lot of military strategists are probably asking themselves right now.
I bet.
The X-44 MANTA has the potential to completely change the landscape of air warfare.
No kidding.
It raises a lot of questions about, well, about the effectiveness of existing defense systems.
Like, how do we even defend against something we can't see?
Right. It also brings up questions about the future of pilot training and even the ethics of warfare itself.
Ethics. Okay, that's an interesting point. How does a stealth aircraft, even one as advanced as the Manta, change the ethical considerations of war?
Well, just think about it. If you have an aircraft that can strike with, you know, pinpoint accuracy and virtually no risk to the pilot,
Yeah.
does that make it easier to go to war?
That's a good question.
Does it lower the threshold for military intervention? And what about accountability?
Yeah.
If a strike goes wrong, who's responsible when the aircraft is essentially a ghost?
Right, it's like a drone, but on steroids.
Basically.
Okay, so those are some heavy questions.
For sure.
I can see how this technology, it really could kind of blur the lines in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the practical implications here. If a country wanted to defend itself against the X-44 MANTA, where would they even begin?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Traditional radar, it's practically useless against stealth tech, especially something as advanced as the MANTA.
So radar is out?
Pretty much. You're talking about needing entirely new detection methods.
Like what?
Maybe thermal imaging, acoustic signatures. There's even some talk about some kind of quantum sensor technology, although that's, still very much in its infancy.
Quantum sensors. That sounds like something out of Star Trek.
It does, doesn't it?
So
Right.
we're talking about like needing to invent entirely new ways of seeing the world just to catch a glimpse of this thing.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
That sounds like a pretty daunting task, let's say, hypothetically, that we figure out how to detect the Manta.
Okay.
How do you stop it?
Well, even if you can detect it, actually taking it down, that's a whole other challenge altogether. You need weapons systems that are, capable of intercepting hypersonic missiles.
Right, which good luck finding those.
Exactly. Something that, frankly, most countries don't even have yet.
Right.
Plus, you got to factor in the Manta's, invisibility and its crazy maneuverability,
Yeah.
which makes it incredibly difficult to target.
It almost sounds like an impossible task.
It's tough, that's for sure.
I mean, are we just supposed to accept that if someone has the X-44 Manta, they can basically do whatever they want?
Well, not necessarily.
Hmm.
While the Manta is definitely, a significant challenge, it's not invincible.
Okay, good.
There are, potential countermeasures being developed,
Such as?
things like directed energy weapons
Oh.
or cyber warfare tactics,
Oh, interesting.
and, even some strategies that focus on exploiting the limitations of the Manta's stealth tech.
So there is some hope.
There is.
Yeah.
But you're right, it does feel like we're entering a new era of warfare, one where the rules are constantly being rewritten, and where the technological advantage, it can shift in an instant.
It's almost like a high-stakes game of poker where the stakes are, well, the fate of the world.
I like that analogy.
It makes you wonder, why reveal this now? I mean, after all these years of secrecy, why is the Pentagon suddenly lifting the veil on the X-44 Manta? I mean, what's the end game here?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? The timing of all of this. It's far too precise to be a coincidence.
It really does make you think. I mean, why now?
It's a strategic move, that's for sure. It's a calculated play.
So what's the strategy here?
Well, one possibility is deterrence. It's like, showing your opponent your strongest piece.
Oh, I see.
Not to actually attack, but to make them think twice about, making a move against you. It's pretty clear. We have capabilities you can't even imagine, so don't even try it.
It's a classic power move. Don't underestimate us. But couldn't it backfire? Wouldn't revealing a weapon like this just motivate other countries to develop their own versions? I mean, it seems like it could escalate an arms race.
Oh, it's a calculated risk, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, this isn't just about military might. It's also about tech dominance. By showing off the Manta, the U.S. is demonstrating its ability to innovate.
Yeah.
To push the boundaries, really.
Yeah.
It's a message that resonates not just with potential adversaries, but with allies and the global community, too.
So it's not just about flexing military muscle. It's about establishing the U.S. as a leader in cutting-edge technology. It's like saying, we're not just building bigger bombs, we're building the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that leadership position, it has implications that go beyond just the military.
Right.
Think about the technologies that were developed for the Manta. the invisibility cloak, the hypersonic capabilities, the sensor systems.
It's pretty.
These could have huge ripple effects in fields like civilian aviation, space exploration, materials science.
Wow.
Who knows what the possibilities are?
It's mind-blowing. So we've got this incredible aircraft shrouded in secrecy for years, and now it's suddenly revealed to the world.
It is.
What does all this mean for us? I mean, for the average person, how does the existence of the X-44 MANTA actually affect our lives?
That's a great question. It's hard to say for sure what the long-term implications will be. But one thing's for certain. We're entering a new era. One where the line between science fiction and reality, it's becoming increasingly blurred.
It's a bit unsettling, actually.
It is. The technologies we once only dreamed of are becoming real.
Yeah.
And with them come, well, new possibilities, new challenges, and new questions about the future. About the future we're creating.
It's a future that's both exciting and a little bit terrifying, to be honest.
I agree. It really is. We have this incredible potential to achieve amazing things.
Yeah.
But we also need to be mindful of the risks.
Absolutely. And that's why conversations like this are so important.
I agree.
We need to be aware of these technologies, understand their potential implications. We have to engage in these discussions about how we want to shape the future.
I think that's a great point.
Well, that's the X-44 MANTA for you. A technological marvel, a strategic game changer, and a glimpse into a future that's, well, it's rapidly approaching.
We've gone from whispers and rumors to concrete evidence.
We've explored its capabilities.
And we've delved into the complex web of motivations behind its declassification.
It's more than just an aircraft, really.
It's a symbol of our times. It's a testament to human ingenuity, I think, and a catalyst for these important conversations.
We've unpacked a lot today, but we want to leave you with some things to think about. If you were in charge of developing countermeasures to the X-44, where would you even begin?
Yeah, something to ponder.
Food for thought. As we navigate this brave new world of tech advancements.
Keep those questions coming. Keep exploring and keep diving deep into the world around us. Until next time.